heavy for 20 years.
My energy level was practically zero.
I looked in the mirror and I was very unhappy with what I saw.
But most of the time it was severe diarrhea.
I weighed 330 pounds.
I've taken blood pressure medicine ever since I was a young man.
I was on a total of about a dozen medications.
One for cholesterol, which made me really sick.
I used to pop pills like they were candy off of a tissue, off of a sheet of paper like I did when I was a kid.
I was diagnosed with cancer, and it was like you walk out of there and you're going, me? Now? Why? You know? And you know, nobody's exempt and there's no why.
I weighed 330 pounds, and I'm only 5 feet 1 inches tall. That's a lot of woman stacked onto a small frame. And I had been in a wheelchair for 20 years, and I'd been on oxygen 24/7 for 10 years. That's all day, all night, 7 days a week. 3 years ago, they gave me from 3 to 6 months left to live. So there was no hope left for me until I met Dr. Jeffrey Lord. And against his better judgment and all of his colleagues' better judgment, he didn't deny me life.
My name is Dr. Jeffrey Lord. We see approximately 1,000 patients a year in our facility here. Our average patient is on over 20 different pharmaceutical agents by the time they hit the door.
He introduced me to a word I'd never heard. It took me 6 months to learn to pronounce it, and that word was Qivana.
As a naturopathic physician, I see a lot of different natural products in the marketplace. And one of the key things that I've noticed with Qivana is the science-based products. These products work. There was a young patient that came in, and her mother had taken her to many different physicians, a couple different regional hospitals just specializing for children. She was just a 5-year-old girl, and it was really the last-ditch effort for her to come into my practice. She'd been all these other places, had tens of thousands of dollars worth of diagnostics, ultrasounds, blood work, CAT scans, MRIs, and to no avail. We got her assessed, and we did some chiropractic work with her. We also did some naturopathic work with her. In the naturopathic work, we looked at her absorption. She was not absorbing her nutrients correctly. We had to detox her. We had to bring on quality nutrition into her body with the Qivana shakes. After about 4 or 5 weeks, we really saw a huge difference. And this patient's name is May, and she's just a wonderful, wonderful child. She still has some ups and downs, and she still has some challenges from here and there sometimes. But as far as dramatic results, we're seeing within the first 4 to 5 weeks.
I'm Dr. Amato. I've been practicing for 15 years. I have not supported one product in my office the entire time I've been in practice. This is the first product I'm actually endorsing and actually want you to try. There's actual measurable results, and there's research behind it. I've been using Qivana for about a month and a half now. I notice when I go to bed at night now, I'm not freezing. I can actually not be pulling the blankets off my husband all night long. I'm actually looking forward to the bone increased densities because I personally have osteogenesis imperfecta, and there's not a product on the market that I know of that actually works to increase bone density besides Qivana.
I'm Dr. Richard Mays. I'm a family practitioner, board certified. I've been in practice in Knoxville, Tennessee for about 26 years. Started doing integrative medicine where we incorporate natural products and alternative medicine with conventional medicine about 4 or 5 years ago. Qivana has the research behind their products. In most of our systems we have 20 to 30 years of research behind them. We know that they work.
I'm a retiree, and I was a corporate executive meeting planner. And I had to retire because of my health. The neurologist wanted to put a pain pump in me where I could just hit it so it would direct my brain to think the pain would go away. A year ago, somebody introduced me to Qivana.
Hi, I'm Scott Cook, and this is my wife Darcy. I'm the Director of Quality and Regulatory Compliance in the pharmaceutical and medical device industry. I'm also the President of the Society of Quality Assurance. a global organization that works with the regulatory agencies, including the FDA. I have over 20 years experience, and my job is to ensure compliance in the drug development process. So one day, when Darcy came home, she asked if I would be involved with a natural products company. I said, seriously? Absolutely no way. And we had an interesting conversation, to say the least. But after that, I decided to put my ego to the side, lower my defenses, and do my due diligence on the organization. What I discovered was extremely profound. This company not only met the regulatory requirements, but exceeded them in areas of safety and compliance in the natural products industry.
I'm thankful every day that my husband took the time to learn about this company. As a result of getting educated, we made an aggressive decision to put our son Tyler on Qivana's detox product. Tyler had ADD. After 4 days of using this product, his health significantly changed. He's no longer angry, depressed, or aggressive. He can make choices between milk and water. And for our son Matthew, he no longer takes any allergy medication or gets any allergy shots. For Scott, a 19-year migraine sufferer, he no longer takes any migraine medication, and he hasn't had a migraine in 3 years.
Hi, I'm Bud Drescher. I own Alley's Donuts in North Kingstown, Rhode Island. And before Qivana, I was way overweight, 50 pounds. I had a lot of medical issues. I was on blood pressure medicine. My primary care physician recommended I go on cholesterol meds. I was on the 81 milligram aspirin to keep my blood thin. After Qivana, I've been on it for 2 years now. I've lost 50 pounds. I'm off all the pharmaceutical drugs. My primary care physician and the specialist still can't believe that I'm taking natural products, and I'm 61 years old. Okay, I can't believe what's happened to me. I feel like I'm 35. These products work.
Hi, my name is Carol Marsace. I went undiagnosed with Lyme's disease for over 10 years. After a regimen of antibiotics for 3.5 years, my digestive and immune system was totally compromised. I was exhausted. It really impacted my quality of life. I then went on the Qivana product systems and I got my health back. Not to mention, I went off all of these pharmaceuticals.
Hi, my name is Derek Brito. After using the Qivana products, my cholesterol went down over 100 points. I lost 30 pounds. I haven't felt this good in years.
Since gastric bypass and lap band have become rather mainstream now. In fact, 250,000 people this year alone in the United States will have it, and over 1 million patients will have it worldwide. The Qivana system, when used properly to optimize your nutrition, increase your protein, and reduce your total caloric intake, when used, it's as effective as gastric bypass without the risk of undergoing surgery. Not to mention the fact that a gastric bypass costs taxpayers if the government's paying for it, or gastric bypass costs the patient if they're paying cash, somewhere between $25,000 and $30,000. You could buy a lot of product for that.
I never thought that I could walk down the center aisle of a plane straight on and not turn sideways. When I get on a plane, I think is the time I really remember the most, because I was always anxious. And when I sit down and I buckle the belt in and I see all that length, I'm like, yes.
My name is Michael Cochran, and I'm a music producer. I produce music with artists from all over the world. With my work schedule, it's crazy. It takes a lot of time and it's very intense. So there's not a lot of time to go out and eat good things. So I looked in the mirror and I was very unhappy with what I saw. So I started the metabolic program. 4 months later, I was down 35 pounds. And now I'm maintaining. It's been over a year and I'm still maintaining my weight.
We've seen tremendous weight loss. We have Steve and Missy Deer that Steve lost over 108 pounds. His wife Missy lost 92 pounds. They did this in about a year's time using the metabolic system. Missy got off 3 prescription medications. Steve got off either 3 or 4 prescription medications. And they're doing it in a natural, safe way without the harmful side effects and drug interactions that we have to be concerned with pharmaceuticals.
You know, just about every one of our patients, we evaluate their internal intestinal tract. If you were to ask or quiz 100 gastroenterologists, their #1 prescribed medication would be a probiotic.
My name is Mary Alice Conti. I am 80 years old and am a retired nurse. I have a history of gastric problems, from intestinal, stomach. I've had ulcers. In fact, in 1950, I had to have a triple bypass of the intestines because I was not getting a blood supply. And in that, I ended up having severe diarrhea. If I didn't have diarrhea, I had constipation. But most of the time, it was severe diarrhea. I didn't go anywhere because I had to find a bathroom. I had been on everything there was for diarrhea, for ulcers, for every kind of anti-acid that there was. So I started taking the probiotic. And since I've been on it and taking it routinely, regularly, I have no problems. Everything just works perfect.
Hi, I'm Sharon, and I suffered from Raynaud's syndrome for many years. After taking Qivana's Prime product, I no longer have white, cold, numb, painful fingertips in the wintertime. I can enjoy my winters again.
Hi, my name is Roger. Been on blood pressure medicine since my 20s. Since being on Qivana system, my blood pressure has been normalized and no more medication.
Hi, I'm Diane. I'm 60 years old, and I run a high risk for osteoporosis. I've been on the Qivana Total Health System for approximately 2 years, and just recently my doctor did a bone density test and it had improved remarkably.
Our first line of defense is in our intestines from the things that we swallow. We get heavy metal toxicity and we get toxins from plastics and things every single day. We obtain this through our water that we drink, our food that we eat, the air that we breathe. And those toxins build up in your body, and if you don't remove them, they accumulate and people get sick. So it's very important to remove those toxins, and we have the best product in the world to do that, and that's a protein called modified citrus pectin combined with organic kelp, and it's in our product called Detox.
I had been retired a couple years, and then my husband retired, and so we started traveling a lot. And we were riding horses, and we would go out and through the cattle, you know, with the horses and checking them out, and it just became such a fun time because in retirement we just couldn't wait, you know, to really enjoy it and have a good time. And then I was diagnosed with cancer. I went through the whole a year of chemo and radiation. So I was looking for a way to rebuild my immune system, and my goal was to just get back on my horses as fast as I could, at the same time without having to take 30 and 40 supplements, and you know, because by the time I had that blood work done and they gave me the list of what I needed to take, I was like, there's no way I can take that many pills in a day. When my friend introduced me to Qivana, by the end of 3 months, all of my blood work came back better, but the biggest surprise was my bone density, that it had increased so much in the hip and the right side where I had the radiation. It had increased, and the nurse was funny because she said, "What calcium are you on?" And I said, "I'm not on any." And she goes, "What do you mean you're not on any?" And I go, "I'm not on any." And she goes, "Well, what are you doing? Because whatever it is, don't stop." I can tell you right now, this is my cancer records and my bills, and it's almost $400,000, of which I think my copay is 20%. So figure that out. Figure out the costs. Preventive maintenance of your body is probably the most important thing you can do.
This is my lovely wife, Linda, and I'm Gene.
Hi.
We've been married 50 years, and this is our before and after picture. I have been in remission for 4 years. Chemo, my energy level was practically zero. I couldn't cut grass. I couldn't play golf like I used to. I even had trouble, you know, I had to learn to walk again. I'm playing golf again. I have no restrictions. I work in the yard. We travel. We do what we want. I don't take any medication at all. Zero. So the platelets right now are at
an all-time high.
An all-time high. And I haven't compared them to, before, going back 5 years. Health is so important in life, period.
My doctors are about to starve to death because I was keeping all their mortgages paid. The funny thing is, if someone had ever tried to sell me this product, I'd have probably slammed the door in their faces. But I will tell you this much, you couldn't buy it back from me. You don't have enough of money.